they're a hard team to play against. Again, they are very organized defensively. They like to press. They like to get into your space and make things difficult, minimize your time to set up attacks. I think when you get in the playoffs, everybody has to try to figure out at this point what approach they think is going to be the best for them to win games, to win a road game. So we have to be prepared for different scenarios. They could come and sit in a mid block. They're still active defensively. That's probably their greatest attribute, is their activity on the defensive side, their ability to turn you over in different areas of the field and try to turn those into transitions, good on set pieces, things like that we've got to be tight on. So good team, good players. We don't know who they're going to have or not have. Obviously, they had a couple little dings there at the end of the season, which, from their perspective, I'm sure they never really want. But we have to prepare ourselves for whatever we might see and to be the best version of us. I think the result in Houston is a reminder that every play matters and every play can be the difference in a championship, or not really a championship, but winning the West and/or being in or out of the playoffs quickly. So I think that's one thing that we can take away from Houston, is just that reminder that the game is, and every play is precious when it comes to this time of year. I mean, he's their player who has a lot of freedom to move around the field. He's very crafty, he's smart, his final product is really good. I don't know if they have per se a like for like switch for him, but they've got other guys who are going to put the shift in, who are going to give them the defensive work, who are good and competent on the ball. Jordy does a lot of things for them just to change, again, where the overloads are, and he's got a lot of freedom, like I said, to move around the field and set up different types of situations. Without him, they're maybe a little less calculated in that way, but they've got plenty of guys who can do the work and who are dangerous in their own right. So I mean, for us, we can't really look and try to suspect who's going to be there or not. We just got to try to understand what we might be facing from a collective standpoint, and how we can solve the problems of the day and turn the game as much as we can into the things that we like to see on the field. Yeah, I'm really happy with the group, and given the changes that we made at the beginning of the year, where we were and the challenges that existed last year, to go and again get some roster revamping, because we rebuilt the team in some ways. Obviously, 2 new DPs, a few other new positions that were important. To see this group come together and win 19 games is incredible. To not lose a game at home shows that we've turned our home field back into a fortress with our fans, which is important, because last year it was not. So I think we had 33 other games to try to get one more point, that would have separated us on that last day. Unfortunately, we on the last play of the season, we weren't able to make a play that would have solidified the West. To be honest with you, I think that hopefully in 5 weeks, whenever this is over, we'll have done a lot in the playoffs, and nobody really kind of remembers who wins the West if you can lift trophies and everything like that. It's all just really about positioning and getting yourself set up to have the best road and the best possible scenario to get to the final. So we're disappointed, but it's behind us. We're disappointed for our fans, for ourselves, that we didn't close out that game and win the West that way. But ultimately, the regular season is really about seeding in many ways, and what your picture is going to look like as you compete to try to lift the cup, which is, I think, what everybody really wants in the end of it. Yeah, I think I've mentioned it to our team on each day as we came back from the next day, that you see the road team come in Montreal. They hardly have any possession in the first half, and they're up 2-0. And then, as the league can always do it, 2-0 doesn't mean the game's over in MLS. It becomes 2-2, and it ends up going into shootout, where the road team again finds the answer, the solution to winning. So just because you're home doesn't mean there's any guarantees. You've got to show up with the right intensity. You've got to execute in key moments. You saw a Vancouver team that just showed up with, in my opinion, with just a different level of collective commitment and organization and work rate, and they showed up like it was a knockout game. And their counterpart, probably maybe felt a little comfortable, like, hey, we're at home and we've been doing all right. We're gonna win this thing. And the other team shows up with, like I said,